Hey guys, what is going on? It's me, KingAssassinable here, and welcome to the second video of the day for you guys right here on my channel. We're carrying on today with the updates video for the giant update which came out yesterday for Black Ops 3, which is currently out on Xbox One and PS4, soon to be coming out on PC as well. Now, in the video earlier today, it took up almost 10 minutes of time, and we covered about half of the multiplayer stuff. Oh, sorry, about 3/4 of the multiplayer stuff, but in this video, I'm going to try and finish off the rest of the patch. So we have a few more multiplayer things to go through, and then also we have some zombies changes and also some campaign things. We're going to go ahead and jump straight back in where we got to. So we got to the score streak section. So I'm going to go ahead and talk about the score streak changes. So the general changes we have for the score streaks are area score streaks must be within a minimum distance from the map before locking onto them with a launcher. The HCXD has an increased explosive damage. The UAV has an increased base health, and the counter UAV has an increased base health as well. The dart now has increased explosive damage for collision explosion, reduced the minimum speed, handling tuning, and also fixed an issue where the dart was not locking onto enemy players. The lightning strike now has an increased speed of payload delivery after target selection. So this basically means once you select the target areas for the lightning strike to hit, it will go and hit that much quicker than it did before. The Hellstorm missile now has increased explosive damage of the cluster bombers. Now obviously I actually think this is a really great feature, because honestly the Hellstorm really wasn't that effective beforehand, and I've really started to get annoyed with it. The fact that when you lock onto lots of enemies and it just doesn't get a kill, sometimes you even get hit markers with it, like it's insane. But the Cerberus has also been changed. They've increased the missiles required to destroy it by 1, and also increased EMP grenades required to destroy it by 1 as well. So basically it's going to take a lot longer to destroy score streaks now, and also they are buffing a lot of the score streaks as well to make them more powerful. So that's going to get kind of annoying in some situations, but it's also going to be great when you manage to get these score streaks for yourself. Now, the Rolling Thunder, which has been a pretty low-end kind of score streak to use, not many people use it because it's not that great. It's now been buffed quite a lot. So they've increased the explosive radius per drone, they've increased the explosive damage per drone, they've increased the health per drone, and they've also added 4 additional pairs of drones with the Rolling Thunder. So it's going to cover a wider radius, and also it's going to do a lot more damage when it goes and hits people. So obviously that's now going to be a lot more powerful as well. The Talon has increased damage when it's being AI controlled. So when you're not controlling it yourself, it will do increased damage than it did before. The Wraith has an increased base health, and it's also fits an issue where the flak drone would not intercept incoming missiles. The Raps, which is obviously the kind of replacement of the dogs in this game, has increased the missiles required to destroy deploy ship by 1, increased health per drone, and also increased explosive damage per drone. The GI unit, which is the next score streak, has an increased number of war machine hits required to destroy, increased duration of GI unit, and also increased recovery speed when stunned by an EMP grenade. The Mothership, which is obviously the final score streak within the game, has increased missiles to destroy it by 2, increased explosive bullet to damage for the owner turret, and also increased projectile speed of missiles for the owner turret. So that is all the score streak changes we have. We're now going to move on to the map changes. So within the map Hunted, we have addressed an exploit where players were able to mantle to an unintended area on top of a waterfall. On Aquarium, they have fixed an exploit where players were able to mantle and reach a non-playable area as well. Combine, they have changed hardpoint rotation for gameplay balancing, so now the hardpoints will appear in different areas to where they appeared before. On the Nuketown map, they have fixed an exploit involving the dart score streak and one of the building walls. And also on the map Evac, they have fixed an exploit where players were able to contest the center hardpoint from outside the hardpoint boundaries. We're now going to move on to the arena changes. Obviously the arena is sort of the competitive area of multiplayer where you can go and play against people sort of your skill level and kind of rank up competitively using the competitive rule set. So within the arena, the change they have is added power rating when reaching the arena's master rank, added support for displaying restricted item warnings, addressed an issue where players were able to ban or protect multiple items, leaving at any time after ban/protect or draft in Pro Series will result in the player losing a star. Leaving before the match ends in Mosh Pit will count as a loss, and the player will also lose a star. If the player has 0 stars for their current rank, they will not lose any stars. This applies to both Pro Series and also the Mosh Pit Series. If the player completes a match with a win, loss, or draw, the correct stars are now awarded. Players now probably receive losses when playing Search and Destroy in the arena as well. That is all the changes for the arena mode. We're now going to move into Codcaster mode, which is obviously another side of multiplayer. So within Codcaster, kill feed colors will no longer swap when a Codcaster switches between players on opposing teams. They've fixed an issue where teams would occasionally be swapped on the round round win and game win screens. They've addressed an issue in uplink where the satellite drone would show an incorrect away tag when switching to the other team's perspective. They fixed issues with the correct team coloring on the minimap. The outcome will now show the winning team's name. Death icons will now be colored by teams. Codcaster will no longer be affected by EMP grenades, and also the Codcaster will now show the clan tags of the people it is viewing. They've also changed some of the challenges within multiplayer, so they fixed an issue where concussion grenades, flashbang grenades and trip mines weren't properly getting tracked for their challenges. They've also updated challenges for new black market melee weapons, so obviously with the specific new melee weapons which we talked about in the last video, they are now going to be their own challenges for those things, so you'll actually be able to get skins and stuff for those separately, which will obviously be really cool. There's also my showcase. It says file share support added for custom games, screenshots and also edited films, so you'll now be able to share your different custom game screenshots and also edited films with your friends and the online community. And that is all of the multiplayer changes we have right there. So there's an awful lot of multiplayer changes. So we're now going to move on to the zombies area of the game. So under zombies, they've made changes to Dr. Monty's factory. So be sure to check out Dr. Monty's factory in the zombies game mode lobby. You can use your vials of liquid divinium earned in zombies mode to create gobblegums by placing vials in the vats. Gobblegums are one-time use perks for zombies mode and come in multiple rarities which have been varying effects on your zombies matches. Use one vial to create one gobblegum or experiment with 2 or 3 visuals at a time for more gobblegums and better odds at getting a rare mega gobblegum, an ultra rare mega gobblegum, or a special Sophia. So obviously they just made a few minor changes to Dr. Monty's factories, so you can now get different rarities of gobblegums. And in general updates, we have addressed an issue with weapon kits when reaching prestige in zombies. On the Shadows of Evil map, they've addressed exploits in the Shadows of Evil map. They've addressed various areas where zombies would not path to the players. The Dark Ops challenges should now unlock properly when reaching prestige and completing the final Easter egg. They fixed an issue involving an active level 2 ghost sword and the KN44 wall buy in the Footlight district. And also on the giant map, they've addressed some exploits on the giant map. They've addressed various areas where zombies could not path to players, and that is all the changes there to the zombies. We then have a few more specific changes, more or less to the campaign area of the game. So there are general changes to the campaign which are address split screen issues and also general bugs. So obviously if there are any sort of issues and stuff with the campaign, they've sort of now been fixed, which is obviously really awesome. And also the nightmares mode, which is of course the zombies campaign mode, has now been added as a feature which will be unlocked by default for all players, and it will be selectable from the main menu listed below the zombies. So you no longer have to complete the main campaign in order to unlock nightmares, which is really great news for me, because honestly I was getting ready to try and go through the campaign as quickly as I could just so I could unlock the nightmares mode. It turns out you now don't have to. You can actually just play nightmares from the main menu, which is obviously a really cool feature indeed. So if you ever want to check out the zombies campaign within Black Ops 3, if you didn't even know anything about it, there is a zombies campaign called Nightmares. So if you want to check that out, it will now be available on the main menu as a separate feature. But thanks guys so much for watching. I know there have been a lot of patch notes to cover today. I'm going to make a third video later today, talking specifically about the new crypto keys and COD point system and how that's all going to work. But anyway, for now, thank you so much for watching. I really hope you guys have enjoyed. If you have, please leave a like. It would greatly help me out. But thanks so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll catch you guys later.